Kanpur, and it's a very, very long road. In somewhere they have of course changed the name as Mahatma Gandhi Road, but it's a small road, even people still call it a small road. And he was going for 6 kilometers. He was very much in need of one cigarette. No cigarette and nothing was available. And he saw very well, oh my Lord, 5 kilometers and not a single shop. An idea came to him. Originally when he came, he first went inside, stood before Christ and told, are you made up of stone? I am sure you are made up of stone. If only you had a little life, you would have seen my condition. You would have got exemption for me. You did nothing for me for having done this. With what sincerity I was ringing the bell. When I rang the bell, I never thought of anything excepting you. And this is the reward you are giving me. And he went away with all anger. He was going. And now that he saw there was not a single shop for either BD or cigarette, and he came, there is a shop where it is written, well, this will be kirai mein. Well, this will be rented out. So he goes and asks them, they say, 50 rupees per month. And the next shop was doing all the things. He gave 50 rupees, booked it, and he stocked it, because very near there was a school. He stocked it with a lot of lollipops and some other sweets and cigarettes and all these things. He himself sat there for the next day. His business was going perfectly okay. Within 2 years, he had opened 4 branches in the entire Meerut. See, he became highly affluent. He was not aware, he was putting everything in those days, the rate of interest for savings bank was 2.5%. That's all he put, he never knew anything. And his manager once called him, I would like to meet you, can you come today evening? So he went to him. He said, you have got nearly 1 crore. Why don't you put them in some investments? In my wife's name, I got so many applications for various companies and all that. And I can help you to choose. Okay, you do what you like. She took some applications, she put 50,000 in one, 50,000 another, 50,000 another and all that. And then he said, please sign. He gave his pocket pen. He said, sorry sir, I don't know how to sign. What? You are a crorepati and you don't know how to sign? My Lord, if only you are educated a little, what will you be? He said, I'll be ringing the bell. That's all. So, he got a paribhava. Paribhava means a defeat. But paribhavagnam, he converted it into a success, into an unimaginable success. So this is what God can do. Paribhavagnam abhishtadoham. Whatever you want, you can milk the Lord. He will give. It will all come to you. Abhishtadoham tirthaspadam. And this Lord's holy feet, it is tirthaspadam. It is the place where all auspiciousness grow, that it is equal in itself to a Ganga and all purifying agents. It purifies anybody and everybody who comes into contact with it. Shiva Virinchinutam Sharanyam. These are the feet in which Shiva and Brahma, he is called Virinchi Brahma. So They all come and bow every day, morning and evening. This is the place. Shiva Virinchirutam Sharanyam. If at all you go and surrender yourself, what is the use of surrendering yourself to another pauper like me? If you surrender yourself to a rich man, then he will give you something. So, the Lord has got everything. He is the one who is fit for approaching, for surrender. Vrityartiham. Whenever we get any sort of sorrows or miseries or tribulations, He will take it away. Britya artiham. Arti means that trouble, that miseries. Pranatapana bhavabdhikodam. Lord, your holy feet, it is the one boat which can take you across this entire samudra, the entire ocean of this empirical world. Vande Mahapurushate Charnarvindam. You are the Mahapurush. You are the greatest of persons. I bow to you again and again. This is one. The other one is, it is a bit of to understand it. Tektva sudustyaja surepsita rajyalakshmi. He takes the avatar of Lord as Ram. Ram, this Kosal Rajya, even the gods have got an eye. Oh my Lord, it is so rich, it is so prosperous. How to take it away from Dasharatha? So, Surepsita Rajya Lakshmi, this is a kingdom which even the gods were having an eye on. They wanted to annex for their own. And he left it. Tiktva, it is impossible to leave it, such a thing. Still, at one level, because your father told, you just left it. Dharmishta Aryavachasa Yadaga Dharanyam. Not only you left it, you went the other way. 14 years you were banished to a forest. You went with all love towards your father. You never blamed him. You were happy to move with all pleasure and not pressure. Maya Mrigam, and he gives two contrasts. This he did, it's okay. Tektva Maya Mrigam Daitayapsita Manvadhavat. There was a magical deer which was going. Otherwise, have any of us ever seen a golden deer made of gold? And here it was. And no wise man will run after it. Because his wife told, I want it, he ran. Does it develop a wise man? How can you call him as Mahapurusha? The next word is, Vande Mahapurusha De Charnaravindam. Hey Mahapurush, how can he be a Mahapurush man? He is a man who left everything. Because his wife told he is running after a deer, how can he be a Mahapurush? This was worrying me for a long time. Then, suddenly it struck me. In Ramcharitmanas, there is a description that Ravana goes to his mama Maricha to request him, you take the form of a deer and you decoy Rama and Lakshmana away from Sita, then I will go in the form of a yogi and I will take a royal kidnapper. Maricha said, Ravana, you have never come into brass tacks along with him. You have never seen him in work. I have seen him. Along with my mother and my brother Subahu and my mother Tataka, our first conflict was with this Ram. This Ram straightaway killed both those people, my mother and my elder brother. Because as a child, he didn't want to kill me. He put one particular type of astra against me, which took me away some 80,000 kilometers off and put me in this place. Since that day, I am only worshipping Ram. Whenever the word Ra is used by anybody, I just shiver. Ratranija, Rathanicha. When somebody says Ratha or when he says Ratna, I thought he's telling about Ram. So I am so afraid. So, Ravana, please heed me. Don't interfere in this affair, you go away. Ravana was a dhurta. He was a wicked fellow. He didn't heed. He only threatened his mama. Look here, either you go as a deer or I am going to kill you with this sword. And then go. That's all. Over. Then Maricha said, Baba, why should I die out of this hand of this papi, this sinner? I would rather die in the hands of the Lord. He said, okay, I am coming. And Ravana is going, and behind him, Maricha is going. And Maricha will think that, I don't remember that Chaupai. Then he says, I will be going as a deer, and Rama and Lakshmana will be following me. As often as possible, I will turn my head and I will look at their face. I will be just enjoying them. And you will find both their eyes is full of compassion to me and love towards me. Who can describe it? Only for that I am prepared to die in their hand 100 times if necessary. I will go and I will be going on looking at them again and again, again and again. I wish I could walk backwards, as it is not possible. This is the only way. Thus, Maricha had vowed that the Lord will come and she will be looking at the Lord. He didn't want to disappoint his bhakta. And that is why he said, let people call me a Buddhu, let people call me stupid. I will go after this Maricha because I have to keep up his vow that he will be looking at me. If I don't go, whatever he thought, he is a great devotee, how many years he had been thinking of me, so I have to. And that is why he is a Mahapurusha, who didn't bother if the world called him stupid. He said, my devotee's word has to be kept. So that is why he is a Mahapurusha. Vande Mahapurushate Charanaravindam. These are the two slokas which are supposed to be told daily in this Kali Yuga. And now, he says, look here, everybody wants to be born in Kalika. Kalam Ichanti Sambhavam. Everybody wants to be born in this Kali Yuga. Yato Vindeta Paramam Nahyata Paramo Labham Yatra Sankirtane Neva Sarva Swarto Vilabhyate. You need not do tapasya, you need not do any big havan or sacrifice or yagas and yajnas. Simply you take his name and you go on giving his gunaganas, that's all. Lord, how completely compassionate are you? You never know me as Maricha, but as a Lord you know me very well. I am one of your creations only. Like that. Only by taking the Lord's name in this birth, you get your goal. There is no other Krita Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Satya Yuga. Nowhere else you can get it. So even Devatas we want to be born in Kali Yuga. Like that. Thus the Bhagavatas, Dharmas, they delineated and they took leave of the king Nimi. Okay, we answered all your questions. Bye. They left by the aerial path. Invisible, they went away where they wanted. Now, Krishna is ruling, is continuing to rule in Dwarka. Brahmaji was sent by all the devatas. Hey, it's a long time that Krishna is gone and now he is not prepared to come back. He is there. And you have to go and remind him that Vaikuntha is completely vacant. He has to come back. How long will he be there? His purpose has been served. His purpose was to reduce the burden of the wicked people on this earth. And he has done it sufficiently well. Now it is time for him to return. Brahmaji, you go there. Whenever somebody has to get a beating, Brahmaji is there. Because he was the under secretary. Whenever secretary says, well, when somebody else says, he has to go. Nobody will order a secretary. But under secretary will be ordered by everybody. Poor fellow. So, Brahma comes there and he began to praise Lord Krishna first. Natasmatu enada padaravindam. Well, we all bow at your feet and all that. He goes on praising him, dear Lord. And he says, and he just went into the air and is standing there. And then he is going to give the message. Because if when the Krishna becomes violent, he can run away. So he doesn't come down. Ambarama Shita. See, our Vyasa, every word he uses with a purpose. We may not understand this is a different issue, but everything. And sometimes he uses 2 meanings, 3 meanings. I don't think in any language you have got where you can express several ideas, more than one idea in the same verse. At that time, I didn't tell you, when Krishna was grazing his cows in Vrindavan in those days, he used to go and sit by the side of a pond. And that pond was full of lotuses, beautifully blooming lotuses, and a very light and beautiful scent used to come out of it. And the air, the wind used to blow so nicely. They say, Manda Shitala Sugandhit. It was slow, so he should not feel as if it is beating him. And it was slow. Then Sugandha, it was full of fragrance like that. So it says, Padmakara Sugandhinam. Then it's not Vayuna Sprishtam. So when he says there, Padmakara Sugandhina. Padma means lotuses. Akara means a storehouse. A storehouse of all lotuses. That means a lot of lotuses are there. So, in that pond, that Sugandhana, Sugandhena, Padma Sugandhena Vayuna. That Vayu is that air which is blowing, the wind which is blowing, it was full of fragrance. Yes. This is the meaning that all the commentators have given. But there is another meaning for it. It is a long time since Krishna has come to this world. So Lakshmi was highly worried and afraid that Krishna might forget her. Later on he will come and say, who are you? So she doesn't want to announce herself. I am Lakshmi, once I was your wife. So, Padma Kara Sugandhina, you can again divide it. Padma means Lakshmi. Kara means her hand. It so happens that all the divine ladies like Parvati, Saraswati, Lakshmi, each one had a special scent of their own. Nobody else can imitate it. Whenever the present Queen Elizabeth, she goes anywhere, she will wear her, tailor has got a strict instruction. Nobody else should be given similar stitching and similar model. Only the Queen alone can wear it. That one. All others are prohibited. So, similarly, each scent can be worn only by that lady and nobody else. It was a natural scent of the body. It was not an intimate scent from Paris. That's all. And Padmakara. So, she was afraid that he might forget. So, in the night she used to come, she used to touch all the lotuses which are there in that pond. So, by putting her hand, Padmakara, so they all became fragrant. Padmakara Sugandhina. So, when Krishna came and sat there, this is my wife's scent. She has come to remind me for that purpose. See, this sort of meanings only Vyasa can give. I don't think with such beauty, her beauty is different. The poems by Shelley and all that. But this time we want that. Now, God called Uddhava. Okay, he told him, okay then, I am coming shortly, and once I go, Lokoyam Udvelena Vinishati. The entire ocean will come and completely take away this Dwarkapuri and all that. This entire portion is going to Nash, destruction. It will all be destroyed. Yasyam Vibhavanam Brahmanim Etadante. So when I finish that job, then I will come home. So Brahman, is it okay? Whatever you said, I have heard. Go back. So he went back. And the only one who was hearing it at that time was Uddhava. He never used to leave his side. So when Brahmaji went away, he came to Lord Krishna, bowed his head and told Krishna, Samatyenam kulam nunam lokam santakshate bhavan. Now I have heard. You are going to destroy this entire Yaduvamsha and you will go back. But have you thought of this? Naham tavang hrigamalam kshanardhamipi kesava. Lord, even for half a second, I can't be separated from your holy feet. I can't. Tektam samsayanathar so sadhamanayamamipi. You please take me to Vaikuntha along with you, please. I can't leave it. So the best thing is, and you got postponed, this is a divine order, divine plan of things, program. You can't do otherwise. So the best thing is, you take me. So Dhamanaya Mamapi. Me also you take to your Dhamma, to your place. Not only me, Katam Tvam Priyamatmanam Vayam Bhaktas Tiremahi. There are so many of our Bhaktas, and you are there. Their very lives. And how can they remain separated from it? Uchishta Bhojanodasa Tava Mayam Jayamahi. If you are here, you will only take your Uchishta. The food polluted by your taking, that whatever the balance is left, we will take it. And by that alone, we will be able to defeat this Maya. Mayam Jayamahi. Tudvartya Tarishyamaham Tavake Dustarantamaham Vayantviya Mahayogin Brahmanta Karma Varsasu. Yes, we are all doing some action or other. So Punya, Papa, Punya is all going on. But in between, by taking your name, by taking your stories, by repeating them, this entire darkness of ignorance, we will be able to cross it in no time and we will get our moksha. We will only do this much. Smarantaha kirtayantaste. We will be remembering you and we will be talking about you and we will be singing about you. That's all. And Bhagavan says, look here, I came only for a certain purpose. That purpose is over for me. And you also don't stay here. Namastavyam tvayevehem mayatripte mahitare. Why? Samudraha sattume khvanyam purincha pravishyasi. 7 days from today, this entire Dwarka Nagari will be completely washed away by this ocean. Nothing will remain. So you get out of this place. What will you do? Mayami Shavana Samyake Samadrik Vichare Vigam. You go around this earth, but at all times keep your mind in me. Your mind should be kept in me and Samadrik. You look at all as God. These are the only 2 injections and you will get them. Sarva Bhukta Suguchantaha Jnana Vijnana Nishchayaha. You will be the friend of all the beings. You will never be perturbed at any time. You will be always absolutely shanta, peaceful, highly peaceful, and with a firm understanding of the jnana and the vijnana. What is jnana and what is vijnana? To hear that there is a terrace here, very nice terrace, there is jnana. And when the trustee himself takes me there and shows it me, see here, and there is vijnana. Because now that you have experienced it, so the experiential knowledge, the theoretical knowledge is called jnana. That experiential knowledge which comes out of your experience, that is called the vijnana. That vijnana comes only by practical experience when once you come across the Lord directly. Pashyan madatmakam vishwam na vipadyeta vai punaham. The entire world you will see, it's all God, God, God. Nothing else is there. Everywhere you will see me. And doing like this, you will never have any danger, any calamity, including the calamity of being born again. That's all. You will get your moksha. And Uddhava tells him, Tyagoyam dushkura bhumanne kamanam vishayatmavihi sutarantayi sarvatmanne abhaktainti mevati. See, people who are interested, whose mind is fully governed by all the objects of this world. Vishaya means all the objects of this world. For them, they will be always having desires. It will be impossible for them to leave everything and then be only thinking of you. It will not be possible. So, when this is the case, absolutely people who are not your devotees, what can they do, poor fellows? So you tell something. So, you tell me how to do it. That's all. This is mine, this is I. All these stupid ideas have to go. And if I have to do as you are telling, well, if that all goes, then samsadhyami bhagavande anushadi pratyam, I shall do it. Then you can command me, please do it, and I will do it. Now, Bhagavan says, now, how we can do it? While we are embroiled and completely entangled in these worldly things, how to get devotion to the Lord. I don't have time. It's all right, you can say, you go on thinking of me, you go on singing. If I go on singing, rice will come from where? I have to go and work man in the office. So how to do it? He said, well, you have to learn from gurus. The nature itself, the greatest guru. Whatever things are in the nature, each one teaches you something. Like that, I had 24 gurus from nature itself. And that is why I learned. Once it so happened that a king called Yadu, he was going somewhere. And there he found Avadhutam Dijam Kanjite Charantamagato Bhayam. There is a Avadhuta, completely, she had only one loin cloth and no other clothes. And he was going, he was full of happiness. He was bursting with happiness. And he was going anywhere, everywhere. He had no place to sleep, he was happy. He will sleep on one side of the road. Chatu the king observed him, and one day she asked him, how is it you are able to? Katham bhavan logam vidvam charati bharavati. Like a child, it is a child who doesn't know anything. It will be going everywhere. Even when a thief comes, it will say, uncle, what are you called? I am called a thief. Thief, uncle, I can call you? So he doesn't know who is a thief. So in the same way, you are not aware of anything and absolutely without any fear, you are going everywhere. Can you tell me the secret of it? How do you do it? So I should also like to do it. Then, see everywhere, Janeshu Dakshamaneshu Kamalobhadavagninam Natapise Agninam Mukto. See, all the people here, they are all being burnt. Burnt by what? Kama Lobha Davagninam. There is a very big fire, forest fire. And that fire is called Kama and Lobha. Desire and more desire. That's called greed. Desires and greed. By this everybody is burning. That body is burning. I find you alone are just going everywhere very happily. How do you do it? Then Tumena Prichadam Brahmanim Atmanyananda Karanam Bruhis Prashavi. Please, this Atmananda, you are happy in yourself, you are not bothered about outside. How do you do it? Then the Avadhuta says, I got so many preceptors, 24 I have got. So on seeing them, I take lessons from them. So I am absolutely happy and I am going as a vagabond wherever I want, without any destination. What are those 24 gurus? Prithvi, this earth. The next is from the Vayu which goes on everywhere, from the wind, from the space, from water, from fire, from the moon, from the sun, from a pigeon, and from a python. We have a very big serpent like this, that's called a python, achigar. And from the ocean, and from the moth. Moth is that I mean, the one which goes at night without putting on the switch, light comes and goes, juguru, juguru. Ye juguru, wo pata hai. Then Madhukrit, the Madhukrit means the one which does the honey, the bees. Then an elephant, and the fellow who takes away the honey from the entire thing, the hunter or whoever it may be. Then from a deer I learned. From the fish I learned. Then there was in once in the Mithila Nagari, a prostitute known as Pingala. Oh Lord, I learnt a lot of Vairagya from her. Then there is a hawk. From that also I learnt. And from a child I learned. There is an unmarried girl, fit for marriage. I learnt a lot of things from her. I learnt a lot of things, and there is a arrow smith, a fellow who was preparing arrows. I learned something from him. Sarpaha, from the serpent I learned something. Urnanabi. Urnanabi is a term for spider. Magdi. Magdi ka jal kehte hain, Magdi. So, this is called Urnanabi. Urna means un. Nabi means from here. From its Nabi it creates all these things. So it is called Urnanabi. Then Sapeshakrit, wasp. Wasp is something stronger than the bee. If a bee bites, you can escape. If a big wasp bites, it's very difficult to escape it. That is there. A wasp between Ramanashram last year, 4 months it required for it to be okay. Till that time it was paining and it was there. The swelling was there in the hand. So these are the 24 people from whom I learnt. Now, tomorrow we will start as to what lesson he learnt from all these 24 gurus. And then we will also know the secret of how to be happy. We will also follow them. Hari Om. Swasti prajabhya paripalayantam nyayena margena mahimmahisha go brahmane vyasya bhavastrithyam loka samasta sikhino bhavantu kale vashit varjanya prithvi sasya jarani deshavayam chovarita bhusura santuribhayah sarve bhavantu sukhinah sarve santu niramayah sarve bhadrani pashyantu ma kaschid dukhabhag bhavet कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यद्यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि नारायण 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 ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पदान शृण्वन्नोतिभिश्चेदसादनम् ॐ महागणाधिपतये नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। स्थापकाय धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुसाक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। भक्तवात्सल्यजलधेः परमानन्दरूपिणः अस्मदाचार्यराजस्य प्रपन्नोऽस्मि पदाम्बुजम्। सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणि नमोऽस्तुते। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय हरये परमात्मने प्रणतक्लेशनाशाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। आपदामपहर्तारं दातारं सर्वसम्पदां लोकाभिरामं the Avadhuta, the one was just having only a loin cloth as his only possession. He was very happy in all circumstances, whether he sleeps or not, whether he gets his food or not. So the king Yadu asked him, "Sir, what is the secret of this happiness of yours at all times, in all circumstances, whether good or bad?" Then some people say that Avadhuta was nobody but Dattatreya himself. But in Bhagavatam there is no mention of Dattatreya at all. Then he says, I have learned to be happy from nature. Have you seen nature being unhappy? Have you seen any plant weeping at any time? Have you seen any of those, any creeper or tree ever weeping at any time? Does a serpent weep at any time? They are always happy. We have never seen them being unhappy at any time. So he says, if I say that my Guru is a particular person, you may say it is a conditioned knowledge of that gentleman. He has been told by his Guru, so he is only repeating it. But here is a case, he has taken from nature. So whatever knowledge comes, it is very natural. It has been from its very being, and naturally it cannot err. The conditioned knowledge can be erroneous, but the knowledge has come naturally. Well, it can't be that erroneous. So he says, the earth and various other things, as I told yesterday, there were 24 gurus for him. In himself he says at one point, it is impossible to get all the knowledge from one man. As such, one may have many. In Guru Gita it comes, Madhulubdho itha bhringaha pushpat pushpantaram vrjet jnanalubdhas tatha shishya guroho gurvantaram vrjet. Just like a bee which wanted a lot of honey, does it take all the honey from one or two flowers? It goes to several flowers, hundreds of flowers, myriads of flowers, and then takes a little from each. So, in the same way, jnanalubdhas tata shishya, the shishya wants to have the entire jnana. He can go from one guru to another. So this is what is told in Guru Gita, I think sloka number 93 or so, in the very first adhyaya. Well, what did he learn from the earth? Bhaudehi akramyavanopi. So many of us are invading this earth, and we are walking with heavy footsteps, booted footsteps, with heavy boots. And if somebody were to walk on my body like that, how will you feel? If somebody were to walk on your body like that, how would you feel? Not very happy, no doubt. You will feel that heaviness on your body, and you may get even wounded. But the earth has never shown its unhappiness. However, whatever number of people might have traveled over it with their footsteps, heavy, light, medium, it has always been bearing it without any complaint. This is what I learned from the earth. The Avadhuta says, this is what I learned from the earth. This is one of the reasons that we feel unhappy. That so many people come to me and they want something or other. Oh my Lord, I want to get away from this place. No. Any number of people may come, any number of people may disturb you. Be happy with them all and give them happiness. You tolerate it. That tolerance is essential. And another modification of the earth are the trees. Trees are nothing but another form of the earth. What did you learn from it? They produce a number of fruits. Has any apple tree taken one apple for its food, for its breakfast at any time? Have you seen? Not at all. A number of banana trees, huge numbers you can see in the market. Has one banana been eaten by the banana tree? So whatever it produces, it gives to other people. Let them be happy, let them be satisfied. So all the trees, all the fruit trees, they are giving beautiful fruits only for others. Those which may not give any fruits, which only creates a number of flowers, indigo colored, yellow colored, rose colored. How many types of flowers we get? They're all very good for the eye to see. The beauty in the morning when you see a number of flowers of various hues and colors, when we are very happy, it gives you happiness. Thus, all of them, they don't care for their own welfare, they care for the welfare of others. And their entire life was meant only for that. This is what it has learned from the earth. Then the next is the Vayu, the wind that blows. The wind that blows, well, it goes through so many articles. Say you have kept a big jar of asafoetida, there is hing, and you think it gives you a little of, somewhere something is being prepared, they are putting hing in it. But when it goes a little way, there is no more. Then it carries then sambar or masala doshas, that's all. So it doesn't permanently absorb any of those qualities of the various worldly things, even though it passes over them, it passes by them. So this is what I learned from the Vayu. From the wind, I am moving thousands of people. One may be a villain, one may be a vagabond, one may be a saint, one may be absolutely thoroughly engaged in material things, one will be thoroughly engaged in spiritual things. You move with them all, but don't imbibe any of those qualities and live asanga, absolute without any attachment to anybody, good or bad. Then the next is Akasha. Akasha means space. The space is there in so many things. In your own body, the space is there in the blood, in the various cells, in the bones, even in your skin, which looks so smooth. You see it with the microscope, there will be so many holes. And then the space is there. Antarhitascha sthirajangameshu Brahmatma bhavena samanvayene. Similarly, just like this Agni, somewhere it is seen clearly, somewhere it is not clearly seen. You bring your firewood, does it burn your hand? Not at all, it is simply a firewood. But it contains fire. The moment you just put a small diasalai, a small matches to it, it burns. So that shows that fire was there inside it, but it was not seen by us. So like that, where required you reveal yourself. Where not required, never reveal yourself. Just nobody will know you. Your Jivan Mukta is one, if he goes in the street, you will not look at him a second time. He may be so ugly, he may be so non-interesting, he will be so common-like. So you will not see him a second time even. When 1,000 people say, Shankaracharya, a great person, full of spirituality, then you will go and see. But there may be several Jivan Muktas, but you will not be even looking at them a second time. They normally don't reveal themselves. Then Swacha Paritu Siddham Madhurya Stirtha Purnam, just like water. From the water, what did I learn? The water is sweet to drink. It is so clear. It is just like spatika. And when also it comes, it attaches to yourself. That is, it loves you. Prakrita Snigdha. Naturally it gets attached to you. You need not take and put a glue on it. By nature, it gets attached to you. That is, be like that, be friendly with all who comes. Don't treat them rudely. Then somebody comes, you tell them, please sit down. What can I do for you? There's no harm in asking. Madhuryaha, sweet. Tirtha bhundranam, munipuratyapam mitram, nikshopaspasha kirtanam. And even that water, when it is in Ganges, when it is in Yamuna river and all that, when the great saints go there and take their bath, or just even touch them, well, they lend their own holiness to the entire water. Ganges never derives its holiness from other sources. It is the various number of saints who come and take their bath, who leave their holiness there. And that is being lent in turn by the rivers to us. Then, what does the fire teach us? Take everything. Sarva bhattva viyuktatma nadatte malamagniute. Only one thing, you don't imitate the fire, but rest of all. It eats good or bad things, everything it eats. But a man who has seen that, he should take only the good from it. So, you take anything, everything, good things are given. Say, you go for a diksha. Today they give you bitter gourd, Kerala sabji. Don't tell them, I don't like this. Come on, take it away. Don't you have any other sabji? No, you accept it. But when they give you something very dirty, don't take it. That's all. Then, Visargadya Smashanantam Bhava Dehasyanatmanam Kalana Vivachandasya. From the time you are created, till the time we are taken unconsciously without any Pran Shakti inside, till we are taken to the cremation ground, well, you are young with chubby cheeks, and then you become still young with maturity, and then you become old. All everywhere there are glands that are full of water, and he has got a number of wrinkles all over his body, and his veins are clearly seen in the hand, in the feet, and everywhere. All these changes which come, he grows, comes down. So all these belong to the body. All these belong to the body, it does not belong to the Atma, the soul inside. It is just like the digits of the moon. The moon, one day it begins to increase, first day it increases a little, second day it increases a little more, Tritiya, then when it reaches Punam or Purnami day, well, it reaches its maximum. Then again it begins to shed, but does the moon at any time die completely? No. All these things come and go. The same thing for you. The time does give all these things, but you don't bother about it at all. Then from the sun, I learned one thing. Whatever somebody gives to you, don't use it for yourself. Give it to others. The sun takes the water from all the water resources, say from the rivers, from various other sources, from ponds, from lakes, and then in due time it gets solidified and it turns into clouds full of water, humidity, and then it gives it as the much needed water to us back. So in the same way, never appropriate what somebody gives to you. You utilize it for others. Then, Nati Sneha Prasangova Kartavjakva Vikenachiti. Never keep much attachment with anybody. It is very dangerous. She says, Kurvan Vindhyata Santapam Kapodeva Dinati. I saw one family of pigeons. Oh my Lord. They underwent a lot of suffering. Just like that, the man who attaches himself to various things, he will suffer. He will suffer. Never attach yourself too much to anybody. What is the story of that pigeon? What happened was, Kapotau Sneha Gudita Hridayo Graha Dharminau. Once, on some tree, there was a pigeon along with his wife. It was so happy. Every day he was happily talking with his wife in the form of chirping in a language you and I may not understand. And it was extremely attached to its wife. She was newly married. In due course, she became pregnant at the time of first pregnancy. Then, Pratamam Garbham Grinnati Kala Gatim Andani Sushve. It